my special guest, the Patriarch, or as Liam would say, the common sense grandpa. and for you guys that work hard your whole lives and you're looking forward to retirement, here's what you have to look forward to. So this is his one task he must get done by September. And that is tree stand cushion. So there you go. Just when you thought retirement wasn't worth it. Wow, it just made me dizzy. Why did I do that? This is the Fatwood grocery store here. The only bad thing is if you get that cushion down today, you got nothing to do till September. Yeah. Mountain climbing. There you go. You have nothing to do till September now.
Thank you. Nice 3-point there, Jeff.
3 points. That's a whole lot of fire tinder. It's a little wet. Put it in my pocket. So our fire shield is still here. Our beds are more of a gesture at this point. Although we haven't been here for what, a year?
Yeah.
At least. Alright, so here's what I brought today. Actually, this is heavy for a day tripper as far as stuff. Unfortunately, I can't fit everything in my haversack with the camera gear, and then I also brought my Cabela's chair. So that's the only reason I brought that. So that's just my pouch for my camera, and then the Hidden Woodsman signaling panel. Lunch, chicken, marinated and with squash and green beans and peppers and all kinds of good stuff. Leather gloves, Silky Big Boy, which we actually used on the way in here to clear out the path. That is my food bag that just has coffee and spices, a couple granola bars in there. Tent pegs. I have 3 pieces of fatwood in here. Compass. I always carry 2 of these if I'm not taking my larger tarp. So those are just those grabber blankets. I can use one as a shelter over top and then the other one for a ground cloth. Water. Cup. My billy pot. And the Grants 4's Brooks. So other than that, I have my Garberg on my belt. That's my main knife. And like I said, the chair. So that is all I brought out here today. ABH. Always be hydrating. Hercules, that guy.
Oh, that's me. Yeah, how much do we need?
What are your first impressions?
Oh yeah.
All right, so guys, I'm having my dad try this Transfers Brooks for the first time. All right, so while we were filming the Transfers Brooks forest axe, my dad's phone just starts talking, and who was on the phone?
Wrangler Star.
Wrangler Star.
Processing wood.
Yeah, processing wood. Wrangler Star's butting in on my videos. All right, I gotta get out. I'm messing in the Patriarch's fire.
For the fire.
So that's one thing a lot of guys ask about: knives. And my dad's always been one to carry like K-bars or just your basic kind of like military knives. As a custom knife that's over the $100 range, is that vastly different? Like, is it so much better than anything else you have? Is it worth the money? I guess is what I'm asking.
Well, I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't camp a lot, but for somebody that does, I mean, I don't have it because you gave it to me. I like the way it fits my hand, even my big hands, because I have big hands and a lot of knives handles aren't long enough. It also has a nice place to put your thumb so you don't split it open. It's got a nice wide spine, as you saw for certain. The fire, it's great. So yeah, it's well made. There's no ridges anywhere on it, even its rivets anywhere. It's a nice knife.
So how about like, because my dad probably does, I would say I'm more of the camper. My dad probably does a lot more hunting than you do camping. Is that?
Oh yeah, that'd be an excellent skinning knife.
So as far as skinning, that's definitely a doable.
Sure. Yeah,
it's
definitely sharp enough to do whatever you want to do. It doesn't have a gut hook, but
right.
you have to have one.
Do you ever use a gut hook though?
No, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a nice knife.
And you put the orange shock cord on there.
Now you can see it.
So show them how you have that rigged up. So keep in mind, my dad climbs trees because he's still 12 years old when it comes to hunting. So basically, I think the thing is that you like the older look of the leather sheath. Like,
right.
I don't think my dad's a Kydex person. Like, that's just not his thing. So he prefers more of the old school, the leather, the buckles, the metal, the wood. So one of the things,
danglers, belt loop.
yeah, danglers. Danglers are out.
I don't like it swinging around on my side.
Now his pack, he'll put all this stuff on the outside. It can all dangle around on his pack, but no danglers on the belt.
No danglers on the knife.
All right. So since he does a lot of hunting and he's climbing and he's in brush all the time, he was worried about losing that knife. So I'll let him show you how he rigged this up. So I mean, this thing's not going anywhere.
Yeah, Jeff actually gave me the cord because it's nice to have the orange if you drop it down on the ground, which I have a habit of laying things down, and it stretches well. Just hook it underneath the ferrule rod loop, take the ferrule rod, throw it down. Neither one of those are coming out. It'd be impossible to lose either one.
That's true.
Works good.
The only way. Okay, so I had one of my subscribers yesterday, or no, today's Saturday. So Thursday, he emailed me and said, "What is my favorite lightweight cook kit? What's the lightest cook kit you can carry?" And he's like, "Is it aluminum? Is it titanium?" So and my dad doesn't even know this yet either. So before you get the answer, list below what do I have in my pocket that is a cook kit. It does not even register on my scale, like for ounce. It costs about nothing. So list it below, and it's in my pocket right now. It's right here. Can you guess it?
Barbecue mat?
Barbecue mat? Nope.
No.
It's in here. It's in the hanky. Aluminum foil.
Aluminum foil.
That is the lightest.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
That is the lightest cook kit you can carry, and you can use this depending on, the aluminum foil nowadays is made a lot cheaper than back in my dad's days. I think they made them out of old World War II airplanes, but we'll say Vietnam helicopters. It's a little more recent. But the stuff today is a lot thinner, and so you're only going to get a couple uses out of it. But the great thing is, if you're just going out and all you want to do is carry your food and a bottle of water and you want some way to cook, that's the best way to do it right there. And there's probably, I don't know, that's probably 2 foot by 2 foot.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Not a bag.
And yes, this is our table. So we're going to cut them in half. Oh, look at that. Marinated and Almost looks like a Chipotle burrito on steroids.
Coffee water over here.
Okay, so my channel's called Common Sense Camper, and for some reason, whenever I'm around my dad, I lose that title, and I'm going to give you a perfect example of why. So we were talking about our holsters, and we both I love these Phobos holsters. They're inexpensive, and they work. The retention on them's really good. You can adjust them to however much tension you want. And I was telling my dad that I prefer the one with the paddle. It doesn't have a belt loop. I prefer the one with the paddle because that way I can slide it to adjust with my belt when I'm out, you know, bushcrafting or camping. And I said that's why I prefer the paddle and not the one that's in the belt loop. The loop on the side always ends up being right in the middle spot where I want to put this. So I'm going to show you why when I'm around my dad I'm not so common sense compared to him. So as I was saying, my dad likes the one with the belt loop or the belt loop because it's more secure, which it is, than a paddle, especially when you're climbing up in and out of a deer stand. And I said, yeah, but that belt loop always gets in your way. So my dad's clearly just simply pointed out that all you have to do is just not thread the belt through that loop.
I have a good idea about once a year.
Once a year. So there you go. Oh yeah. Look at that. Looking good. We're family, don't mind fingers, right?
Yeah.
That was so good. It's Grandpa's happy face.
Don't get any better than that.
Nature's SOS pad. Please. Good as new. Coffee time. Oh yeah. Hercules. Is if you give it a couple chops on the way down, like that, They don't have to be very deep. At your starting and ending point. Then when you go to cut it, it'll come off a lot easier. You won't have to put a lot of force into it. And then on the top, you just want to chamfer your edge. So basically you're just rounding that off. And you can also do that with your knife as well. So you can just take your knife and just round off that top edge. And what that does is when you hit it with your baton or your axe, it prevents, or doesn't prevent, but it greatly reduces it mushrooming out and splitting on you. So a little axe safety. I'm sure you've heard this before. Never walk around with an axe without a sheath. You're just asking for an accident. The other thing is I prefer sheaths like this, leather sheaths versus Kydex or plastic, because the strap goes around the hammer, and the Kydex ones, I've had them pop off when I'm using it as a hammer. I do not like to hammer with an axe without a sheath on it. I mean, you're so close to your forehead, your shoulder, just not a great idea. Alright, and as you'll see, I'll zoom in here for you. So, it did not split out. So that's the purpose of chamfering the tops of a stake if you're going to be pounding it into the ground. Alright, well, we have to leave because the Patriarch and I have hot dates tonight with our ladies. So, it's about 3 o'clock. This is what we have done so far. I thought I'd give a little test drive. Oh yeah.
Perfect height.
The height's absolutely perfect. So,
a little higher, you throw a couple small ones in there.
yeah, so if we need to make it higher, we'll just throw a couple smaller ones in there. So the plan is then we're going to put a ridge pole behind here, up high. These will get, you know, we're going to do a little better logs. I just did this for demonstration purposes only. So we'll put a ridge line or a ridge pole up above, up high, and then that'll allow us to put a tarp, and then I can put 2 sticks out here and bank line those off so that the bench is sheltered from rain. And then with my larger tarp, we can actually make, you know, this will get cut off so you have access around both sides of the bench, and then you can tie the tarp to the ridge line and go back that way and kind of make a shelter out of it. So woods, it is not easy work, guys. It's a lot of hard work. It makes it even worse because of filming. You're on leisure, but when you're out here trying to video and build something like this, it takes a long time. It takes twice as long, and it is hard work. It's not easy, and I have my dad out here to help. So I would say that if I was out here by myself, as far as a natural lean-to with this bench, I would be into probably the night, wouldn't you?
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, you'd be here till you're putting your headlamp on. So that's it for today. We're gonna hike out here and get to our ladies, shower up, get rid of the smoke smell, put on some aftershave, and hit the town. This is Jeff with the Common Sense Camper, camping out.